I have played and coached college basketball. I have also broadcast college basketball games on ESPN and other networks. I've written a couple books about college hoops, and I love to read about college basketball. So these are my top 4 books about college hoops. A Season on the Brink by the late John Feinstein. This was his first book and probably his bestseller and most well-known book. It made him a pretty big name in the world of college basketball. Bobby Knight was the head coach at Indiana University in the mid-'80s, the biggest name in college coaching, and gave Feinstein all access to him and his team during the 1985-86 season. The book, when it came out, it was explosive, it was very well written, and it infuriated Coach Knight. But it made for good reading. And Feinstein wrote so many good books on college basketball, I had to put one of his books on this list. This was my favorite. My Losing Season by the late, great novelist Pat Conroy. Conroy played basketball at the Citadel back in the mid to late 60s, and back then, my alma mater, George Washington University, played in the same league as the Citadel. So when he's describing those games, this book had a wonderful historical quality to it. And in addition to being very well written, Conroy shared some themes and experiences that were very similar to what I went through in college, and some of these ideas I also explored in my debut novel, The Blue Team. Conroy describes the game well, but does an even better job of revealing the heart of basketball player, the highs and lows of playing college basketball. Everything from having a great game to getting chewed out in practice. So if you've ever wondered what it's like playing college basketball, this is a great book. Heartland by Keith O'Brien. Much has been made of and written about the famous 1979 NCAA championship final between Larry Bird's Indiana State Sycamores and Magic Johnson's Michigan State Spartans. It was a watershed moment for the NCAA tournament and really created the momentum and enthusiasm for what we now know as March Madness. O'Brien follows closely Larry Bird's entire college career, as well as his team, the Sycamores, up to and through that 1979 final. The writing is great, the history is fascinating, and as you've probably gathered from some of my other book reviews, I love stories that predate the internet and cable TV, teams and players that hardly anyone ever watched, but decades later, we're still talking about them. That was Larry Bird. That was the Indiana State Sycamores until that championship game against Magic. This is a fun read. I Came as a Shadow by John Thompson. Now this one surprised me because growing up in New Jersey, I hated John Thompson and the Georgetown Hoyas. And then when I played college basketball in DC at George Washington University, I still hated Thompson and the Hoyas. But this book is really well written, and it's a great example of an autobiography where the editor really did a good job of stepping in and helping craft a good book. Now, Thompson is blunt in this book, just like he was with his players, so reader beware, because you will read the word MFer more times than you probably have ever in your life. And while nearly all autobiographies are very self-serving and one-sided, this one was refreshingly honest and transparent. It's much better than I thought it would be. And Thompson's a fascinating character. He won a national championship. He was beloved by his players, hated by his opponents and critics. This was a great book. Now, these 4 books are all nonfiction. There's not a whole lot of options out there for fictional college basketball books, unless you're looking for some steamy romance story where the guy happens to play college basketball. However, I have written 2 novels about college basketball, The Blue Team and Wardrobe of the Wolf. You can buy them online at Amazon or Barnes & Noble, or you can go to my website, authorpeteryoung.com. Hope you give them a chance. And I would love to hear your comments. Keep them coming. And as always, until next time, keep reading.